Well, it's the next step in the Dodge Dakota. I'm going to tear the whole front end out of underneath it, replace the upper and lower control arms, and go from there. Get that front end lifted up. Probably it's set. I can raise it 3 inches, but I'm only going to do like 2.5. So let's get started on it. So before I get really started on this, I want to go ahead and take a measurement from the tire to the wheel well. I got 8 inches. So that way when I'm done and I get the newer upper and lower control arms on, the new keys to raise the torque bar and get everything done, then I can remeasure that and I'll know exactly how much I was able to raise the truck up. Yeah, I just need to raise it up a couple inches just to kind of level it off. It looks so funny. Anyway, let's get started, man. So the main reason for tearing this apart, besides the obvious, all my bushings they're just dry rotted out. The sway bar, I got new bushings for it. They're done. There's a gap on it. This is the lower control arm. The bushing on it's swole. It wore out, you know. The brake caliper, I'll probably replace it too because it's just old. And I've replaced the rotors, but I'm starting to get a pulsation in the pedal, which leads me to believe that one side's gotten hot. And then the torsion bar here, torque bar, this is what raises, I don't have springs. There's no springs on this truck. So that is what controls the height on the front. And I've got new keys for the end to raise the truck up just a little bit. So we'll get to tearing this out. I also got new axles, you know, it's a front four-wheel drive, so we'll pull all this stuff out. And I just replaced the shock, and my shocks sound funny, like almost like they're done. So I'll probably replace the shock too, even though it's only 8 months old. I don't think it does a very good job. It's that doorman shock. You know, they're junk, but so we'll get in here and tear it apart. All right, by taking the upper 2 bolts out and taking the ball joint, or disconnecting this upper ball joint, disconnect these 3 bolts, the whole thing just came right out. Of course, my shock, I had to cut it off at the top. It was just being stupid. It's no good anyways. But so that was able to just slide right out, no problem. You know, keep tension on it, you know, because it's under the load. But now, because everything's getting replaced, so I don't have to take everything apart. So now what I'll do is I'm going to try, I don't want to mess with the ball joints out here. I'm going to get it out there in the parking lot and then bust them off. But so now I'll take my tie rod end off, or loose, and take those nuts out and that nut out and see if I can get it to come out. Break the axle loose, just pop on it and it should come right out. Well, after 2 hours, it ain't too bad, man. 2 hours. I did one screw up. I didn't take the tension off the bar. The axle came apart. I didn't take the torque bar off. I just disconnected the end of it, but I was able to get the whole thing out. I just disconnected the top A-arm and the low A-arm and the brake, and took the bolt out, and I slid the whole freaking thing out. Of course, everything I got's brand new. But one thing I did have a problem with, the T-key, that bolt. Well, I can't get it now. Anyways, the bolt that holds the key, it's got a weird looking shank on there. Anyways, that's what your adjustment is for the key for your torque bar. That wouldn't come out. I had to take torque to it and burn it off. That was fun. Anyways, we got it out. Whole freaking thing. There's the upper A-arm. There's the lower. So now with it out underneath the truck, now I can disassemble the ball joint, everything. I'll show you all the new stuff. This is all my new stuff. It's up the lower, the uppers underneath it. Yeah, I got new bushings. I got new bushings for the sway bar. Where's the other one at? There it is. Found it. Anyway, so this is the upper. It comes with the ball joint on it. So that's the reason why I wasn't sweating about taking it apart. It's all brand new. Now I gotta order the. There's, like I said, on that torsion bar, there's a key, and the key has a nut that runs through it with looks like a barrel or another shaft with the rod going through it. Well, that is what sets the torque or the height. Well, it didn't want to move. I mean, I did everything I could. I ended up having to take torch to. Whew, a little sketchy, but all fun, man. I'm over here working on the shop, kind of cleaned up. Yeah, worked on my boy's truck yesterday, let's say. Worked on my boy's van yesterday. Tran's out. The shifting cylinder went out on it, so we dropped the pan. I think he even bought a new shifting cylinder and stuff. Dropped the pan, man. It looked like somebody had a party with a freaking metal shredder in there. Bad. So, anyways, so I'm just trying to clean up the shop today before I get back on the truck tomorrow, and I'll show you what my toolbox setup is. This has been my toolbox for the last year and a half, 2 years. It's a good toolbox. It's got the deep drawers on it. I stuck some foam in there for my wrenches, but you know, it's 4 inches deep. It's not a bad setup, but the problem is that it's screwed together. So the more you move it, the more it gets all wobbly. So for me, that's not gonna work, because you know me, I gotta come out of the shop all the way around the building to the tent to work on my cars or whatever, and it's got to the point now where it's just too wobbly. I can sell it and then put it on Facebook. I'll show you what I did get. Picked me up a US General. It's what is it, 32 inches. It's not, I don't need a big massive toolbox, but it's pretty nice. This is deep because my mains, I always put my mains on top. I've got my areas where I can put my breaker bars, and I'll show you on mine. It's the same setup. I got the holes on each side for the breaker bars and extensions, really big stuff. This is just a lot deeper, but that's cool because I'm gonna put batteries. They have a battery or a power bar that you can buy. You go through there, I can put my batteries in there, and then my drawers lock. So hold on, go on like. So each drawer, it stays locked. It has it. You have to push it to the right or to the left. So, and it comes with the foam, of course, you know, your inserts. But I like that because it locks the drawers. You know, because I'm always moving that thing around, you know, and this will work perfectly. Each drawer is the same size. They're like 3.5, 4 inches deep. Let me get measuring tape on it. Yeah. So it's 3 3/4 deep, but they're full drawers. They come all the way out, right? Unlike this one. And here's the reason why I really like it is my 3/4. I like this because I'm old, and it tells me what size it is right up top, so I don't have to dig for it. But this will go right in there and shut. Ain't that cool? That's the reason why I got this one. They had a lot to choose from, but you know, as far as the boxes go, but I like this one. The phone, the color is a lot darker than it is in real life. But yeah, I really like this box, man. And then I do have one big drawer at the bottom. And yeah, believe it or not, I did lay this down. in the back of my Kia. I loaded it in the back of my, I had to take it out of the box. We took it out of the box at the store because with the box is too wide. But it slid right in there. Little Kia, man. I love this car. I swear it's funny. Anyways, so see, I got a lot of stuff, big heavy stuff laying on the bottom. I don't need it in there, but because that's why I got this big boy here, and this is where I keep all my big heavy duty stuff. You know, keep all my big stuff in here. But so, anyways, yeah, this is it's gonna be a nice addition to the shop. I'm really tickled with that, because this way I don't have to put all my sockets up top. And that's why I had a problem with that one, was I couldn't put this in the drawer. I had to put it in the top. The other thing I really like about this box is that all four wheels pivot. They all, so I can pull it straight out. You know what I mean? I can pull it straight out, span all the way around. You know? And they're really nice freaking wheels too. So I don't have to do the pivot or pull it out, run this way, run it back that way. You know what I'm saying? Normally I would like a 2-set stationary, but that's a pretty cool little setup, man. There's all kinds of accessories, like this right here, paper towel holder. I'm not gonna put this one on it because I want that one in the shop. But I can put one on the side. They got all kinds. They got they have a drill, like for impact guns and whatever. They have an attachment that clips on the side that you can set your drills in it. Pretty cool. But anyways, I just thought I'd share it. Sharing is caring. Love you.